Welcome to The Art of Tarot. My name is Sasha, and I'm here to read your daily tarot reading for August 26, 2024. Welcome to the beginning of the week. Before anything, I wanted to remind you that this reading is still relevant to you if you see it on a later date. And if you've been enjoying my videos, to please like and subscribe. So before I get started, I wanted to mention that I will be utilizing the Rider-Waite Tarot deck this week. I have used it, I believe, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and it is the most popular and the most traditional imagery. And I think it's a great basis for understanding tarot and the basic definitions. And when we see other tarot decks, you could see how those definitions are reflected, but also how things can change and evolve. Today, we have the Chariot Reversed. This is an interesting card to get because it stirs up a mix of emotions. This card is rich in symbolism, offering us profound insights, especially when it appears upside down, signaling potential inner conflict, a lack of direction, or even a struggle with self-discipline. I want to start breaking down the Chariot Reversed. First, upright. In its upright position, the Chariot is a card of victory, control, and determined movement forward. The figure on the card, typically a strong warrior, commands a chariot pulled by two sphinxes, and occasionally in other tarot decks, horses, one being black and one being white, symbolizing opposing forces. This imagery is all about harnessing those forces and driving them towards a clear goal. And if you notice, he's not holding on to the reins, and he's standing there stoic, as if assured that he's going in the direction that he needs because he has so much trust in God and higher power, and that's reflected in the star that's hovering over his head. But when this card appears reverse, the control seems to slip through our fingers. The opposing forces become more like obstacles, pulling us in different directions, and the once clear path ahead may now feel uncertain or blocked. It's like trying to drive with the brakes on, and that would be extremely frustrating, tiring, and let's be honest, not much would happen. We'd be going 5 to 10 miles per hour, if going at all. Mind you, I don't know much about cars. When we face the Chariot Reverse, it's crucial to reflect on what is holding us back. Is it fear? Is it the lack of confidence in our ability to steer our life in the direction we desire? Or perhaps we're so focused on the obstacles that we've lost sight of the destination altogether. I wanted to focus on what chariots mean in mythology. They're often seen as a symbol of mastery over the self and the external world. And what comes to mind is the chariot that Apollo is on, which he drives across the sky, bringing light into the world. But imagine if Apollo doubted his path, if he second-guessed every movement of the reins. Would the sun still rise? Would the stars keep shining? The Chariot Reverse asks us to consider where we are second-guessing ourselves, where we might be dimming our own light by allowing fear and indecision to take the reins. Now, let's tie all of this back into our own lives. When the Chariot Reverse shows up, it's a call to pause and to assess whether we're truly in control of our journey or if we're being swayed by external pressures, internal doubts, or the fear of unknown. And when I say if we're in control of our journey, I want to make it very clear to you that it's not about you being in control as much as it's having faith that whatever it is that you need will come to you. And that's by having faith in a higher power, having faith in God, having faith in being aligned with Source. So it's not so much about you controlling it as much as the control that you feel when you are tapped in and tuned in. So with that being said, Are we trying to force things to happen in a way that isn't aligned with our true purpose? Or are we allowing life's challenges to overwhelm us? This card encourages us to reclaim our power, to step back into the driver's seat, but not in the traditional sense of force and determination. Instead, it's about finding balance, reconnecting with our inner compass, and understanding that sometimes not moving forward is part of the journey. It's about trusting that the pause is necessary, that the obstacles are teachers, and that the path will become clear when we align with our true purpose. And with all that being said, how do we align with our true purpose? I think we've been seeing a lot of this type of idea and concept with every card that we've been experiencing, because at the end of the day, I'm a true believer that inner alignment is so important to be able to express our gifts into the world and to be kind to ourselves as much as to be kind to others and create a harmonious environment. I've been reading a lot of books recently because of another project that I have going on and checking out chapters that have had a significant impact in my own life or have had great insights. And one book that comes to mind is The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein, who is another author who also practices A Course in Miracles. She reminds us that the universe is always conspiring in our favor, even when it feels like things are falling apart. When the chariot is reversed, it's easy to feel like the universe is against us, but this is precisely when we need to lean into trust. And the key word here for the whole reading is trust. Gabrielle teaches that when we surrender our need to control every detail and instead focus on aligning with the energy of love and trust, the universe begins to work through us, guiding us towards our true path. And that will be reflected in the same kind of position that we see the chariot upright, standing there, not holding on to the reins because he's trusted in the inner alignment that he has with higher power. So now, how can we work this information of the chariot reverse in our own lives? And especially today, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on where you might be holding on too tightly, where fear or doubt is preventing you from moving forward. Write down these areas and then, as Gabrielle Bernstein suggests, offer them up to the universe. Trust that by loosening your grip, you're actually allowing the universe to guide you to the right path at the right time. So trust. Trust is the key word here. The chariot reverse is not a sign of failure or defeat. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most significant victories come from within, from mastering our inner world before we can effectively navigate the outer one. Trust in the process, believe in your inner strength. And I want to remind you that even when it feels like you're standing still, the universe is still moving you forward in ways you may not yet understand. So with all this being said, trust. May that be the word for today. Thank you for joining me today. If this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, trust your journey and know that the universe has your back. Until next time, stay grounded, stay inspired, and keep your heart open to the guidance that the universe is always offering. And if you have any suggestions, please write them in the comments. Or if you just want to say hi, I would greatly appreciate it. Much love. See you tomorrow.